Once upon a time, not so very long ago, there was a land in which the people were very prosperous. They had made all kinds of discoveries in the growing of plants, in harvesting and preserving fruits, in making objects for sale to other countries, and in many other practical arts. Their ruler was unusually enlightened, and he encouraged new discoveries and activities because he knew they would help his people. He had two sons, Tambal and Hoshiyar. Hoshiyar was expert in using strange devices. Tambal was a dreamer who seemed interested only in things which were of little value in the eyes of the citizens. From time to time, the king, whose name was King Mumkin, would make this announcement: "Let all those who have interesting and useful devices present them to the palace for examination so that they may be rewarded." Now there were two men of that country, an Eton smith and a woodworker, who were great rivals in most things and each delighted in making strange contraptions. When they heard this announcement one day, they agreed to compete for an award so that their relative merits could be decided once and for all, and recognized in public by the king. The ironsmith worked day and night on a mighty engine with the help of many talented specialists, and he surrounded his workshop with high walls to keep his work secret. The woodworker took his simple tools and went into a forest where, after long and solitary reflection, he prepared his own masterpiece. News of the rivalry spread, and people thought that the ironsmith would easily win, for his cunning works had been seen before, and while the woodworker's products were admired, they were not very useful. When both were ready, the king received them in court. The ironsmith produced an immense metallic fish which, he said, could swim in and under the water, carry freight over the land, burrow into the earth, and even fly slowly through the air. At first, the court found it hard to believe that there could be such a wonder made by man, but when the ironsmith and his assistants demonstrated it, the king was overjoyed. He gave the ironsmith great honors, a special rank, and the title benefactor of the community. Prince Hoshiyar was placed in charge of making more of the wondrous fishes and making them available to everyone. The people blessed the ironsmith and Hoshiyar, as well as the kind and wise monarch whom they loved so much. In the excitement, the humble carpenter had been all but forgotten. Then one day someone said, "But what about the contest? Where is the entry of the woodworker? We all know him to be a clever man. Perhaps he has produced something useful. How could anything be as useful as the wondrous fishes?" asked Hoshiyar, and many of the people agreed with him. But one day the king was bored. He had grown tired of the fishes and the reports of their wonders which they so regularly performed. He said, "Call the woodcarver, for I would now like to see what he has made." The simple woodcarver came into the throne room carrying a parcel wrapped in coarse cloth. As the whole court craned forward to see what he had, he took off the covering to reveal a wooden horse. It was beautifully carved and decorated with colored paints, but the king snapped, "It's a mere plaything." "But father," said Prince Tambal, "let us ask the man what it is for." "Very well," said the king. "What is it for, your majesty?" stammered the woodcarver. "It is a magic horse. It does not look impressive, but it has its own inner senses. Unlike the fish, which has to be directed, this horse can interpret the desires of the rider and carry him wherever he needs to go." "Such a silly thing is fit only for Tambal," murmured the chief minister at the king's elbow. "It cannot compare to the wondrous fish." The woodcarver was preparing suddenly to depart when Tambal said, "Father, let me have the wooden horse." "All right," said the king, "give it to him. Take the woodcarver away and tie him to a tree so that he will realize that our time is valuable. Let him think about how rich the wondrous fish has made us, and perhaps when he has had time to think about how to really work, we shall let him go free to practice what he has learned." The woodcarver was taken away, and Prince Tambal left the court carrying the magic horse. Tambal took the horse to his rooms, and he discovered that it had several knobs cleverly concealed in the carved designs. When these were turned in a certain manner, the horse, and anyone mounted on it, rose into the air and sped to whatever place was in the mind of the person who moved the knobs. In this way, day after day, Tambal flew to places he had never visited before, and he came to know a great many things. He took the horse with him everywhere. One day he met Hoshiyar, who said to him, "Carrying a wooden horse is just the thing for someone like you. As for me, I am working for the good of all, towards my heart's desire."